Hey everyone, Blake here, and welcome back for another video. Today, we will be talking about all the magical beasts and creatures that are going to be in Hogwarts Legacy. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video to find out about my upcoming giveaway. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing with notifications on so you don't miss any future Hogwarts Legacy videos. Of course, Hogwarts Legacy wouldn't be a complete Wizarding World game if it didn't feature any magical creatures. So let's kick this off with the creature that I'm looking forward to the most, Inferi. This is something of a darker creature that's liable to serve as a significant threat. There's a form of magic that can animate human corpses into mindless but highly aggressive undead minions known as Inferi. If Harry Potter's own encounter with them is anything to go off of, they're not to be trifled with. However, the name somewhat ironically hints at their weakness. They have an aversion to fire. If the team at Avalanche Software keeps that bit of lore in the game, players should be wise to pack some sort of fire spell before exploring ruins and dark wizards' lairs. Boggarts. These mysterious shapeshifters are liable to keep players on their toes. They don't just transform into anything, they'll take the form of a person's worst fear, making them intimidating by nature. Thankfully, Hogwarts Legacy looks like it'll just teach players how to deal with these creatures as a part of the Defense Against the Dark Arts classes. Beyond their attempts at intimidation, they might not be much of a threat in the game, since they seem to be pretty easy to leave contained in closets. I wonder if some elements of the player's choices, such as character customization, will determine the player's worst fear. Let me know in the comments what you think will decide your character's worst fear. Hippogryphs. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban brought these lesser-known cousins of griffins to the forefront. Half griffin and half mare, these proud and noble creatures fly masterfully, but have something of a temper. Based on a brief flying shot in the trailer, it looks like players might get to interact with hippogriffs in Hogwarts Legacy. It wouldn't be surprising if they came up as a core part of the Care for Magical Creatures class and served as some sort of means of fast travel besides things like broomsticks. Dementors. The soul-sucking race known as Dementors made their first appearance in Prisoner of Azkaban as well, but plague Harry Potter and his allies throughout the series. A swarm of them appear in the trailer for Hogwarts Legacy, suggesting that players will be forced to confront them. It's likely that they will appear as a late-game enemy since the most reliable way to combat them is using the Patronus charm, which is famously difficult to master. Dementors might serve as an obstacle that keeps players from entering certain areas or achieving certain objectives into the late game. I kinda hope that we meet some of these Dementors in Azkaban. How cool would it be if we could actually explore Azkaban? Grahorns. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them did more than just launch Newt Scamander into the forefront of Harry Potter media. It also introduced fans to a wealth of new creatures, including the Grahorn. These titans have a gait and posture sort of like a rhinoceros, but have a vast crown of horns and a massive tentacles that cover their mouths. Based on the trailer, players will have to contest with Grahorns at some point, but they can also be tamed or calmed down. Notes taken in Care for Magical Creatures might be lifesavers in this game. The fact in the trailer that one student is attacked, but the other one appears to be taming one, brings the question if these scenarios are based off what side you choose to take, good or evil. I'm so ready to see the outcomes of both endings of this game. Mooncalves. Another creature that got some attention more recently in Fantastic Beasts. These odd little creatures have long necks and huge round blue eyes. Supposedly, they only emerge from their burrows during full moons, a likely namesake. They seem pretty docile, but considering there's a short of a Hogwarts student feeding a group of Mooncalves, players should expect to come across them in the classroom, and perhaps elsewhere too. These seem like it could be one of your first lessons on taming magical beasts within the game. Now we're going to move towards the more dangerous side of these creatures, and we're going to start off with trolls. Trolls are classic fantasy brutes. Not even wizards in the Harry Potter universe are free from contending with them. Harry, Ron, and Hermione famously had to battle a troll during their very first year at Hogwarts. Though these slow, hulking creatures might not be the quickest and cleverest enemies in Hogwarts Legacy, they are famously durable and usually come equipped with oversized clubs. For all the tricks that Hogwarts is sure to teach players over the course of the game, trolls are likely to be a regular nemesis to players, soaking up damage while dishing it out as well. Spiders. As Ron once said,
"Spiders? Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies?"
I don't believe there is a more fitting statement because unfortunately for arachnophobes, Trolls aren't the only classic fantasy monster that will show up in this game. There's a short of a student fighting off a giant spider, which makes it likely that the Forbidden Forest and other deep dark locations like it will feature large spiders in scores. These spiders might be acromantulas like Aragog, meaning a much bigger spider might still be waiting in the wings. Although the game takes place well before Aragog arrives and populated the grounds of Hogwarts with his kind, considering the Forbidden Forest reputation, it wouldn't be surprising if there were always wolf-sized spiders lurking out there. Dragons. Yes, this is very exciting. I've always wanted to either tame, fight, do anything with a dragon. The trailer saves perhaps the most climactic magical creature of all for the end. There will be dragons in Hogwarts Legacy. As one would expect, the player is dwarfed by dragons, and they look like they'll serve up some very dramatic battles, perhaps towards the end of the game. It's a little hard to know what to expect from the dragons in Hogwarts Legacy, since the setting lore is rich with a wide range of dragon species that Avalanche software could incorporate. It could be that the player will have several dragon encounters throughout the game, gradually leading up to some sort of deadliest species in the world. House elves, centaurs, and goblins. In a PlayStation blog post by Adrian Robb, head of story for Hogwarts Legacy, he asked questions like, how long do house elves live? Centaurs not being keen on human interaction, and goblins that are around but not working at Gringotts. This makes me think that the Forbidden Forest is going to be home to a variety of creatures they have not yet released. I'm hoping we are tasked to explore the forest in hopes of finding new creatures to discover. Also, I'm curious how the house elf interactions will take place. Will we have to aid them throughout the storyline? Will the interactions be different if we choose to use our magic abilities for our own gain rather than the greater good? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Finally, it looks likely that Thestrals will appear in the game. Although they're not objectively confirmed, there are multiple shots in the trailer that involve a flying carriage, seemingly pulled by nothing. It's not unlikely that these carriages are actually being pulled by Thestrals, the skeleton-winged horses only visible to those who have witnessed a death. With that in mind, it's not unlikely that there will be a plot point involving the player seeing Thestrals for the first time. Although these magical creatures only scratch the surface of what the wizarding world has to offer, odds are many more fantastic beasts will come to the forefront once Avalanche is ready to tell us where to find them. Now let's talk about the giveaway. I have plans of giving away 7 Harry Potter Series 2 Mystery Wands once I reach 500 subscribers here on YouTube. All you have to do is be subscribed from now until then and leave a comment letting me know you subscribed. Also, I want to mention that you can only win 1 wand. I wish the best of luck to all of you. If you have any questions about Hogwarts Legacy or anything Harry Potter related, leave a comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at BlakeCreatesMedia or on Twitter at Scrubwork. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated. I can't wait to see you in the next video.